Hi everyone, welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian and I am broadcasting to you live from Budapest, capital city of Hungary. Hi Kyber, good to see students already in class. All right, today IELTS focus on speaking part 3, some example questions. We'll talk strategy and I will help you to get a higher band score. All right, so as usual, our materials come from our websites for general IELTS. Check us out at gieltshelp.com. That's generalieltshelp.com. And if you are learning for academic IELTS, check us out at aehelp.com. That's academicenglishhelp.com. Hi, Assad. Hi, Mubashir. Hi, Simran. Good to see some more students joining in. Our websites look like this. This is our academic website. It's for academic students. Again, that's aehelp.com. Click that big red button, join it, and you will get 6 original practice exams, a fully interactive course, and over 100 hours of video lessons. Now, for general IELTS, it's this website here with the green background. Click that big red button to join. After you join our premium course, you can log into your My Student account up at the top there. And once you do that, students, then behind me, that bright screen, you have, again, 6 full practice exams, over 100 hours of video lessons, and a fully interactive course for your phone, tablet, and PC. So definitely worth checking that out. All right. You can get hard copy versions of our exam books. Sometimes students ask us, okay, I like to have the physical book, the paper book. You can order our exams from Amazon, okay? So search for GE Helps General IELTS or AE Helps Academic IELTS on your Amazon store, and then you can get those books in digital or in paperback versions. If you have questions, students, about IELTS or our products, you're not sure about a part of the exam, how to answer a question, whether to use a pencil or a pen, don't be shy. Send an email to me, Adrian, A-D-R-I-A-N, at gieltshelp.com. That's my name, Adrian, at gieltshelp.com. For academic IELTS students, worry not. Our academic IELTS is found at Academic English Help channel for YouTube as well. All right. So our schedule, it's 13:30 to 14:30 this time, Wednesday to Saturday. So we start these live classes on Wednesday, students. All right. Kyber, if Amazon's not available in your country, send an email to Amazon. Hopefully they'll get there soon. I know these companies, Google and Amazon, are always pushing to try to get into every corner of the world. So hopefully sooner than later. Again, today, speaking part 3. It is a speaking session. You can hear me. I can't hear you, but I can see you chat. So make sure you repeat what I say, okay? I want to visualize that you are repeating questions and answers. Hi, Bagzod. I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. Hi, Patricio. Okay, tomorrow we'll do a little bit of listening practice. Then comes March 1st, we'll do some letter writing. And then on Saturday, we'll do some general reading strategy. Okay, here's the rest of our schedule for the first full week of March. And let's get to our speaking questions. Okay, the goal here is speaking. And today we're focusing mostly on part 3 of the speaking. Okay, we'll take a quick look at part 2, but we're focusing on part 3 speaking. Your speaking takes about 10 to 12 minutes, your speaking interview. Okay, if you're doing the paper-based or computer-based IELTS, doesn't matter. Your speaking exam is face-to-face. You are sitting usually with a native English speaker. You get called into the room. You have an exact time that you have to be there. Starts with part 1. Part 1, some general questions on a topic, about 6-7 questions. And then it goes to part 2. Okay, part 2, you get a card with some questions on it. and you have 1 minute to take some notes, 2 minutes to speak, and then you go to part 3. Part 3 is always connected to part 2. So that's why we're going to start a little bit with part 2 today. We won't do the full cue card, but we'll start with part 2, and then we will go to part 3. Jazzy Prince, you have a speaking test coming Friday, so it's a perfect class to join today. And also at 3 o'clock, that's in 1.5 hours or 90 minutes, Jazzy Prince, we'll do speaking part 1 and 2 in the academic class, okay? So good luck on that speaking this Friday. Jazzy Prince, good name too, Jazzy Prince. All right, so let's just do a quick little warm-up. You go to your speaking interview. The examiner always starts with, what is your full name? So students, what is your full name? Have a really clear, fluent answer for that question, okay? Be calm, be confident. So have a really good answer for that. I will put my answer up here while you think of yours. So my first name is Alan, and my family name is Bloom. Please just call me by my nickname, Al. Okay, so that's my answer. Repeat after me. What is your full name? Again, it's speaking. Students, don't be shy. Don't just mumble like this. Don't mumble. Don't speak under your nose. Practice nice, loud speaking. It's very important for IELTS. Project your voice, okay? Keep your body posture open. Don't cross your arms. Don't put pressure on your lungs. So keep your arms open. Allow your lungs to breathe and fill and push the air out. So repeat. My first name is Alan, and my family name is Bloom. Please just call me by my nickname, Al. All right, Begzad says, my surname is Suyanov. My given name is Begzad. Please just call me Begzad. Begzad, that works. Cool. That's the British way. British and Canadians like to say surname. Americans like to say family name. Kyber says, my given name is Kyber and my family name is Momand. So you can call me Kyber. That works, Kyber. Okay. All right. It's another good way. Mubashir says, my full name is Mubashir Ahmed Shaikh, and you can call me Mubashir. Sure. Perfect. Let's take one more. Jazzy Prince says, my full name is Jazzy Prince. Please call me by my first name, Jazzy. What a name, Jazzy. I got to give it to you. I thought that was just a nickname, but it's your actual name. It's quite fancy. All right. So then comes part 1. Again, part 1, we're not doing this class. We will do that on the academic channel at Academic English Help in about 90 minutes. So here's part 2. Let's look at part 2. Okay, this is an original question. And we will just discuss this a little bit. To help you with some note-taking and generating ideas. Okay, the goal here is to generate ideas. We won't do the full speaking. All right, so part 2, the cue card here, is talk about an object you use to stay healthy. Okay, so we're just going to do the 1-minute preparation time for this question. What is this object? Where did you get it? How do you use it? How does it help you stay healthy? Okay, you will have 1 to 2 minutes to talk about this topic. So, first step, students, is you have to realize that you're talking about an object. All right? Now, when you're talking about an object, there is a very basic way, doesn't matter what the controlling idea is, there's a very basic way to think about an object. Okay, what is that? So when you talk about an object, to talk clearly to another person about an object, there's a few steps you have to do, okay? So, object. When talking clearly about an object, you should, number 1, describe what it looks like. Okay? Never assume, and this is a very important strategy for speaking, especially for part 2, but just for all parts. Never assume that your reader or your listener, in this case, knows what you know. Okay? So don't assume that the examiner here knows what you know. Don't assume that they know what an iPhone 10 or an iPhone X looks like. Describe it to them. Okay? So describe what it looks like, the appearance. All right. Number 2, explain its origins. Okay, where is it from? Okay. Then, for number 3, explain its function, the way it works. Okay. And number 4, explain its importance. Okay. What it does. Its impact. Okay, on life or something. So that's what you have to think about when you're thinking about an object. Okay, when you clearly want to describe an object, think about these 4 points. When you think about it, you will answer the questions on the card as long as you pay attention to the controlling idea. Here, the controlling idea is an object you use to stay healthy. Okay, now before you begin to write down your notes, there's one other very important step, okay? Or, well, a couple, but the second important step here that you need to do is visualize. And let me do it this way instead. Let's make this B, and let's make this A. So A is what you need to think about first, and then B is what you need to think about after that, okay? So B, visualize. C, the situation. And think of the most popular answers. Okay, also, don't forget to think dynamically, okay? So I see that a few people already put some objects up there. So Rekha says a cycle. Rekha, that's too short. Okay, you need to say at least a bicycle. Okay, let's see what other ones. All right. Morning walk, Daman, is an activity. It's not an object. Okay. Ali says a sport machine. But we don't say sport machine, Ali, so you have to be very careful. Okay, I'm going to write your examples up here, make some corrections. Ali, it's not called a sport machine, it's called an exercise machine. Okay. Now, an exercise machine is very general, so you might need to say something like an exercise bike, okay, to be more specific. An exercise bike is a bike that you have at home. It's stationary, doesn't move. Students, if these are new words, repeat them, write them down. Stationary means it's a bike at home that you just pedal, pedal, pedal. You're not going anywhere, just doing a lot of pedaling, okay? Begzod says weights. It's not ways, Begzod, it's weights or sneakers. Sneakers are running shoes. It's a good idea as well. Sure, those are some good objects. Okay. Another one we have there by Lolly Lolly, and I guess some of you are doing some good visualizing here, is a jump rope, which is a good one, Lolly. Absolutely. Treadmill, that's a running machine. Pavel, it's not a running machine, it's called a treadmill. So Vishal Katariad, right after you, Pavel, says treadmill. Okay, the correct English word is treadmill rather than running machine. Running machine is understandable, but it's not accurate. Okay, so treadmill. All right, that's a good answer as well. All right, treadmill. What's the spelling of that? I've never written the word treadmill, I don't think. Oh, there it is. Missing A. All right. Treadmill, possible. Yeah. Piano, I'm not sure. It would be difficult to explain that. Okay. Smartwatch, Patricio, is a good one as well these days. Smartphone too, but I wouldn't use smartphone. So it could be tricky, and a lot of students talk about their phones all the time. So I wouldn't use smartphone. Okay, I'm still looking for some other ones. Let's see who is thinking really dynamically. Okay, dumbbells. Dumbbells are what you use to lift. They're the round objects like this. Those are dumbbells. Dumbbells are weights. Those are all good. Kyber says, how about olive oil? Yeah, Kyber, that's absolutely good, okay? It's thinking outside the box. So other objects that you could mention for staying fit is something like a blender. Okay. Blender is the machine in your kitchen that you use to mix food, okay? So you mix food with it. That's your blender, all right? A blender could be a machine that you can use to stay fit. Absolutely, okay? So don't just think of physical exercise, but you could think of diet and nutrition as well, right? So physical exercise on one hand, diet and nutrition on the other hand. There are lots of objects for both that can help you to stay healthy. Okay, so lots of different ways to think about it. All right, that's some good brainstorming, students. So now you choose one of the most popular ones. Sneakers is a good one. Running shoes. Okay, if you're talking about running shoes, okay, again, remember very importantly that your listener does not know what you know. So when you speak, this is a very important strategy and tip, students. When you speak, speak like you're talking to an alien. And I'm talking about an alien, like a Martian, a little green man that came from another planet with a big head. Okay, big head. They're very smart. The Martian is smart. They can understand you, but they don't know anything about your world. They don't have sneakers. They don't have running shoes because maybe they have tentacles. Okay, they have 8 limbs and arms. So do not assume that your reader, or your reader in task 2, but here it's your listener or the examiner, knows what you know. Okay? Think about them as an alien. They are smart. They analyze what you say. Okay? So don't assume that if you're talking about, thank you, Marina, for putting the little alien emoji up there in the chat. Gives a clear idea of what we're talking about here. So if you're talking about your sneakers or your running shoes, you can talk easily for 2 minutes about your running shoes, okay? First of all, describe what they look like. Not all running shoes look the same, okay? Talk about their color, their shape, the sole. Maybe it has gel technology, some kind of air technology, okay? Talk about them being comfortable. So describe it like you're talking to an alien. They go on your feet, okay? A lot of students would probably forget to say that I put my running shoes on my feet. You might think, really? I have to tell my examiner that I put my running shoes on my feet? Yes, you do, because you're showing your English skill. So this is a good sentence. I'll give you a good sentence here. I put my running shoes on my feet twice a day. once in the morning and again in the evening. Tie my shoelaces and go for a 5-kilometer run around my neighborhood. Okay? So this is an example sentence that I could use in this response. Repeat after me. I put my running shoes on my feet twice a day, once in the morning and again in the evening. Tie my shoelaces and go for a 5-kilometer run around my neighborhood. That's Band 9 speaking. Okay? It needs that level of detail. And some of you are probably going, Adrian, really? Are you crazy right now? I have to tell the examiner that my running shoes go on my feet and I tie my shoelaces? Yes. You know why? Because you just showed me that you can use the plural feet correctly. You can use the phrasal verb put on my feet correctly. You just showed me your lexical resource that you know that those strings are called shoelaces. You know that the correct verb is tie my shoelaces, okay? So you're showing me a lot of good English that I can give you points for, that I can give you a high band score for. So you need to do that, okay? You need to show me that, all right? That's what the examiner is looking at. Again, your examiner is an alien, okay? Think about them as an alien. They're smart. They analyze what you say. They don't know what you know, all right? Okay, students, so that's part 2. Just imagine that we talked 2 minutes about running shoes. And then the examiner says, that is the end of part 2. Now we will go on to part 3. So students, here's the challenge. We're going to do part 3 right now. So we're going to focus on part 3 in today's class. Okay, part 2 was just a kind of a warm-up instructions here. All right. I challenge you for part 2 to record that on your phone and then send it to me. I can give you a mark, so it's kind of a bit of a homework. You can send it to my email, okay? Again, my email is here, adrian@gieltshelp.com, so generalieltshelp.com. adrian@gieltshelp.com. Of course, that's my email coming from our website, gieltshelp.com. So you can send me your part 2 response to this question, and I'll let you know how you did. You can do running shoes, or you can do a different choice. You can talk about a blender. You can talk about a smartwatch or a fitness watch. So it's fine, up to you. Weights, exercise machine, treadmill. So that's fine. All right. So let's imagine that you're finished with your part 2. And now the examiner says, okay, that is the end of part 2. Now we will continue with part 3. Please give me back the card with the questions, the note paper, the pencil. Okay. And now I will ask you some questions connected to the topic of part 2. When you hear this, students, what should you do? Okay, so when you hear the examiner say that, this is right after part 2, the examiner will say now, it's a very important cue here. Now it's a very important signal. Okay, cue is a signal. That's why it's a cue card. It's a signal card. All right, looking at the chat. Meanwhile, now I will ask you some more questions related to the topic of part 2. Okay, what should that signal? What should it remind you of? So here, there's some missing information. Begzad says it should remind you to visualize the topic. Sure, okay, that's kind of a good idea. That's not what I'm thinking, though. So when the examiner, after part 2, says, now I will, again, repeat, students, now I will ask you some more questions related to the topic of part 2. This should remind you to do what? It's a very important reminder. When you're practicing before the IELTS, you need to do this, okay? It should remind you of an important step in part 3. Okay, Sevgi, you're getting close. So Sevgi says, think about words related to the previous topic. So if these are connected, then you have to think, okay, if I talked about shoes, that's fine, but I should remember all of those other interesting objects that came to mind, which were exercise machine, exercise bike, weights, blender, dumbbells, sure. And Pachu, thank you, Pachu. You get a little, that was my imaginary golden star, Pachu. I just gave you a golden star. Pachu Yadav has the right answer there. It says, remember to connect your ideas to part 2. So make connections, okay? Use phrases like, well, as I mentioned during my small talk in part 2, one of the advantages of a machine such as this is that, okay? So that will improve your cohesion, coherency, mark, as well as complexity, okay? It improves all of those aspects. So, Pachu, thank you for paying good attention in some of the other classes. That's good for you. Okay, so this should remind you to connect some of your answers to your small speech or mini speech in part 2. Okay, so for example, well, as I mentioned in the previous part, one of the advantages of using sports equipment, for example, okay, is, and then you continue. So that's just the example there, all right? So again, when you hear this word, okay, or this phrase, related to, questions related to, there, let's underline that, okay? When you hear that, the examiner is basically fishing. They're fishing. They're trying to give you a hint. They're like, okay, we're talking about the same ideas that you just talked about. So connect them. Okay? Be ready to give examples. Sure. So let's try it. Okay, let's get into a couple questions. I'll give you some more tips and hints as we move along. Let's do this, ladies and gents. All right. So, part 3. The examiner. Again, students, I want lots of repetition from you. Hopefully you are in a place where you can speak nice and loud. Okay, so repeat, repeat, repeat. All right? Nice and loud. Okay, use your loud voice. Project your voice. Here we go. So, let's talk about products for staying healthy. What kinds of goods and services do people commonly use to maintain their health? Okay, what kinds of goods and services do people commonly use to maintain their health? Give me a nice answer for this question, students. I will write up my answer while you do yours, and then we'll compare. Okay, so write yours, I'll write mine. Then you show me what you have. I'll show you what I have, and we'll compare. Okay? Vitamins, Desmond, could be as well. Okay? So, All right, so I'm just making it up. And here's where you need to be creative, but as long as you have the right idea and you're visualizing, you should do well. Okay, let's see what some students put up first, and then we'll compare it to what I have. Okay, so Vishal says, people do daily exercise and eat healthy food. They can avoid fast food. Vishal, that's about a band 4.55 answer. It doesn't directly answer the question, okay? So you're not directly accurate, and it's lacking information, okay? Lolly, don't be a couch potato is, again, it's not accurate to the question because I'm not asking you what you shouldn't do or what is unhealthy. So if you say don't be a couch potato, the examiner will give you a 4. Even though it's a good expression, it's got low value for answering this question, okay? Binita says, joining gym classes and taking care of proper balanced diet and obviously doing some exercise. Again, those are activities for staying healthy. It's not answering the question of services and products. Amandeep says, getting help from dietitians. Okay, Amandeep, that's a good start. So a service people use to stay healthy is advice from dietitians or nutritionists or their doctors. Absolutely, Amandeep, okay? That's much more on topic. Okay, Rekha Rabat says, for example, a health app where a trainer gives feedback and people can get personal advice, Rekha. That's the better way, okay? Ali Al-Hadi says, this is an interesting question. First of all, many individuals spend money on buying equipment like treadmills, as well as books for learning exercise routines. Good health is invaluable. Okay, Ali, you're kind of on the right track. Just make your answer a little bit more clear, okay, a little bit clearer. You don't need to unnecessarily overcomplicate. All right? Mubashir says, in this economically busy life, people are badly in need of healthy food. People look towards fresh vegetables and hygienic food. Okay, Mubashir, again, you're not answering this question. The question's asking, what do people, what kind of products and services? So if you want to talk about healthy food, Mubashir, you have to say clearly that products people spend money on to stay healthy are fresh fruits and vegetables. They're high in vitamins, and they make people strong. As well, services include, okay? You have to answer both of these parts of the question. You have to answer services and goods. Okay, services are products for staying healthy, okay? And services are provided by people. So activities that we pay money for, all right? So you have to answer both, okay? You have to answer both of those, all right? Okay, I'll take one more. Let's look at Begzad. Begzad says, I believe these days, where was it? I believe that these days most humans usually purchase sports equipment such as sneakers in order to keep shape. Additionally, there are a lot of sports teams where people can become a member and stay active. That would be a service. Absolutely. Joining a sports club and playing on a sports team would be a service that you use to stay healthy. Okay, when you join a football club, a men's or women's football club, then you use that service. Okay, here's my answer, students. Have a look. This is a band 9 level answer, okay? This is what you need to do. Again, repeat after me. Oh, Fix that missing word there or missing letter before we start. Okay, repeat after me. Students, repeat, repeat. Many people use both products like sports equipment, such as my running shoes, and services like fitness trainers to keep in shape. In regards to the previous part, I didn't mention this, but I also have a running coach. This answer will get you a band 9 for the following reasons. You're using a correlative conjunction, both and, okay? You're clearly emphasizing both parts of the question, products and services, okay? You're showing me lexical resource with sports equipment, fitness trainers, okay? You explain the connection between your answer to the previous part, the running shoes, okay? You, in fact, say in regards to the previous part. So really nice cohesion and connection to that last part, okay? All of those elements together give you a band 9, especially, of course, when your grammar is correct. I can clearly understand you. You don't need perfect pronunciation. I just need to understand you clearly. Okay, students, try to be a little bit closer to this kind of a response for the next question. Okay, so for the next question, here we go. Next question. Examiner asks, repeat, not just the answer, students, repeat the question. How has technology changed the home care health industry since the past or in the past 20 years? Okay, don't worry about this question yet. This is a follow-up question. The examiner will ask you that after, so don't worry about that one. Just focus on this one. How has technology changed the home care health industry in the past 20 years? Okay. Think about it. What does that mean? Okay. Let's talk about, remember the original topic. Let's talk about products for staying healthy. So again, you're still thinking about products. Okay. So how has technology changed the home care health industry in the past 20 years? Okay, give me an answer. Try to make connections to what you said before. If you need time to think, ask for time. That's a tricky question. Please give me a moment to think about that. Okay. All right. So let's see what you have. I'm going to write up my response while you do the same. No rush. Okay, I'm going to write as well. And then we can compare. Okay, so I have my answer up. Again, don't be shy, students. Mistakes are how we learn. None of us are perfect. I make mistakes as well. I know that many students who watch my classes regularly, you've seen me make mistakes in spelling, word choice, etc. None of us are perfect. So just get it out there. Be confident, okay? Very important to be confident. I'm never picking on anybody, okay? Hi, Vikram. Marina says, people these days can use lots of programs on their mobile phones to keep statistics about activities and calories. which is helpful and allows people to be more independent from the gym industry. Excuse me. Yeah, absolutely. Marina, you're on the same page as I am. You have a very similar response, just a different approach, your own words. It's fantastic. Okay, I like it. Ali says, depending on my experience as I currently work in healthcare field, I believe that technology enhances home healthcare a lot. Medical machines are now used in the home for people to stay healthy. Ali, you are absolutely on the right track. Good for you. Just finish your idea. Give me an example of a machine people can use at home to stay healthy or to maintain their health. It's perfect, okay? Violetta says, I think technology has improved for all products, from exercise machines becoming more efficient to for losing weight or building body mass. Likewise, products like vitamins and supplements have improved so that the body can absorb them easier. Sure, Violetta, that's good. Okay, I like it. I like where you've gone with that. It's a nice answer. Sevgi says, definitely, it has changed life in many ways. From home healthcare perspective, I believe that technology is mostly a positive influence. Now the tools used for health are more accessible than before. For example, people can buy equipment online, shopping sites, have a treadmill delivered to their home, and run in rainy weather without getting wet. Okay, Sevgi, a few corrections there in what you wrote, but you're on the right track. Okay, you're on the right track. All right, students, this is my answer here. It's somewhat similar, especially to Marina's. Have a look. In the last 2 decades, okay, again, why am I getting a really good band score for answering this question? Let's first read it, and then I will explain, okay? So repeat, nice and loud, just repeat after me, okay? In the last 2 decades, a lot of technology has emerged to keep track of fitness progress, such as smart watches. I own a Fitbit, which tracks my running performance, and this has allowed me to optimize my fitness routine, okay? So, notice here, I say in the last 2 decades, okay? Here it says in the past 20 years. So that is the same, but I'm using lexical resource, decades. Decade is 10 years, okay? Also, notice has emerged, okay? Emerged means came about. That's the phrasal verb, come about, came about. Okay, means to emerge, come out on the market. The most important is this piece here. It's the has. I'm showing the examiner that I realized that the question is in present perfect. Okay. So the question's in present perfect. My answer is in present perfect. That will help me to get that high IELTS band score. All right? So present perfect question, present perfect answer. Okay? Keep track. Okay? Keep track means to record. Okay? Or keep a record. Record. It's a phrasal verb. Again, nice lexical resource. Records my fitness progress, such as smartphones right away, or smart watches right away into an example. Okay. And then more specific example here, I own a Fitbit, underlined in red because that should be a big F, but that's okay. I own a Fitbit, and then notice this, which tracks my running performance. I'm using an adjective clause here, right? Okay. So, again, showing complex language through the use of an adjective clause. All of those pieces help me to get that highly sought after band 9 evaluation. Okay, you have to focus on these elements. You have to practice these elements in your responses. Okay, so keep that in mind, students. Notice that I keep connecting. So here I'm talking about my running performance. My part 2 answer was about my running shoes, the object that helps me keep fit. My answers, both so far, have connected to that. Now, part 3 is more of a discussion. All right? It's more of a discussion. So the examiner will follow up your response with another question like this. Is this always positive? Okay, so again, the original question, how has technology changed the home care health industry in the past 20 years? In the last 2 decades, a lot of technology has emerged to keep track of fitness progress, such as smartwatches. I own a Fitbit, which tracks my running performance, and this has allowed me to optimize my fitness routine. In this way, home health care has improved. And then the examiner will say, is this always a positive? So is this always a positive? Okay, you could answer this very simply on the positive side, and you could say, yes, I feel that this is always a positive. Okay, there's no problem with that. Yes, I do believe that this always has a benefit for people who pursue sports. Okay, so examiner's follow-up question. Okay, and then your answer. All right, keeping it simple. Yes, I do believe that this always has a benefit for people who pursue sports. Now, notice that I don't just say yes. Okay, that's not enough. If you want to get a band 9, if you want to get a band 7, it's not enough just to say yes. Oh, yes, yes it is. Really? That's it? That's your fluency? This is not a chit chat. We're not sitting in a coffee shop, ladies and gents. You need to show your English skills. Notice that instead of the positive, so paraphrase, instead of the word positive, okay, I use the word benefit. So again, paraphrasing, saying the same idea in different ways, all right? Give me some no answers to this, students. Okay, let's see some no answers. So let's take an alternative approach and give me some no. No, it's not. Okay, show me that you can give me a no answer to this question. And of course, explain why. Okay, so I'm challenging you for this follow-up question to actually say no. It's not always a positive. Okay, or no. Technology, not always a positive. Give me some answers. Okay. Show me. Show me what you know. Okay. I'll write up my answer while you think about yours as well. Pay attention to your thoughts. Visualize it. Okay. Visualize what you're doing. Okay, let's see what you have. Okay, Begzod, you're on the positive side. That's a positive one. I think that's before I challenged you. Rekha Rawat says, it has not always benefited people because sometimes technology can have detrimental results. For example, and Rekha, you need to tell me what you mean by that. So how can technology have bad results? Okay. Definitely not Batty says, no, I believe that technology, if it becomes too common in daily life, could be intrusive and unhealthy. Okay, and again, you want to give me an example there. Don't use the word you. Okay, don't talk directly to your listener or examiner. So don't say you. Instead, say people, okay, or individuals. Begzod says, I completely believe that it has some negative effects as well because people can get lazy. They get addicted to their mobile phones and smartwatches and use them for other purposes instead of exercise, which is true, Begzod. That's a good example as well. All right. Vikram, these classes are 13:30 to 14:30 Central European time, so it's the same for you in Italy. Okay. Marina says, not always, because people sometimes can't deal with their problems on their own, and they need knowledge about health, and this can be dangerous for them. Yeah, Marina, absolutely, I understand what you're saying. Here's a clear way to say that. People can trust technology too much and neglect the advice of professionals such as doctors. This could lead to serious health problems. For instance, one of my friends just consulted the internet about his heart condition and suffered a heart attack because he didn't see his doctor. Okay, something like that, Marina. But I get what you're saying. All right, that was good. All right, Pachu says, I don't think it's always positive because many chemicals used for making different types of healthcare oils are not desired by the body. Sometimes our hair will start to fall out, turn white or black from so-called healthy chemicals. Yeah, okay, Pachu, that's a good one too. Yeah, so some technology which is thought to be healthy initially for the human body turns out to have harmful side effects. There have been several vitamins and healthcare products which have been recalled from the public because of negative side effects. So that's a good one too, Pachu. It's a good way to approach it. Okay, then here we have some more questions. Let's talk about medical treatments. Okay, let's talk about medical treatments. Repeat after me. Many people these days prefer traditional and modern methods of fighting illness. Why is this? Is it good or bad? Has the medical service industry, doctors and nurses, changed their method of caring for patients since a generation before? How? What kinds of medical treatments will be developed in the future? Why do you think this? All right, students, I challenge you to answer these questions on your own. Pay attention to the instructions from before. So here is your homework challenge, and you can send this to me by email, okay? So think about this. It's a really good homework exercise for you to improve your IELTS band score. Pay attention, homework exercise. Answer part 2 with your own response. Okay, and then, so this is the first step. This is step 1. Okay, record all of this. Okay, make sure to record it on your phone. All right, and then step 2. Answer part 3 questions that we didn't answer. Okay, separate recording. And then step 3, send it to adrian@gieltshelp.com for a score estimate. Let me just remove that hyperlink so you can see that link. Okay, for a score estimate. All right, so that is your homework exercise. Students, here are the part 2 questions again. Okay, talk about an object you use to stay healthy. What is this object? Where did you get it? How do you use it? How does it help you stay healthy? So that's your part 2. Talk 2 minutes, record it, then record your part 3 responses, then send it to me by email. I will give you a score estimate and let you know how you did. Okay, students, that's it for me for this general IELTS class for today. Again, in 30 minutes, I will do a part 1 speaking lesson on our Academic English Help channel. Make sure to check out our websites. This is our general IELTS website. It looks like this. You can join by clicking the big red button there. Get lots of examples, strategies, lesson videos, full exams, audio, you name it, it's there. Academic IELTS looks like this, blue background. Click that big red button there. Join us. Improve your band scores. It's that simple. That's it for this general IELTS class. Tomorrow, we will continue with listening practice taken from our websites as well. Thank you for watching, everyone. You've been wonderful, great participation. Keep practicing. Talk, talk, talk. Speak, speak, speak. You can find speaking partners on our websites, and have an awesome rest of your day. Bye for now, everyone.